the start and stops to these videos is gonna be a little, sorry about that. And you can't see my full head because I wanted you to see the full puzzle, and it's not my usual like this way. It's more like this way. I mean, if you're not blind, you can see it. And if you're blind, I'm sorry, I suck at explaining things. Occasionally I do it good, but a lot of the times I'm like all over the place. Also, hello, welcome. My name is Kersti and you're watching the Unwritten Life. And I'm doing my puzzle, and as you can see, I'm gonna be cutting my own head off. Brilliant! Okay, let's focus on the puzzle, shall we? I have clearly been doing quite a lot of the puzzle when you have not been looking. Oh, that did not, oh, there we go. Because the lighting is not always okay. I don't always feel like being on camera. And believe it or not, I don't always feel like doing a puzzle either. You know, that's a little up and down. I don't know how you feel about it. Do you always want to enjoy a puzzle no matter what it is? Or I kind of doubt that, because most people are, this is so weird. You can only see half my head. Okay. You know what? We're just going to go with it. I'm just going to chit chat, and it is what it is. Okay? Okay, cool. I have been doing this puzzle a little differently than what I sometimes have been doing. I made a decision, and I have occasionally regretted it, but most of the time I'm doing fairly good with it. But I wanted to do the puzzle. I started with the edge, and then I've kind of gone from the sides and working my way in, and not allowing myself to have floating areas of puzzle put together, nor have I allowed myself to like put pieces I knew were going, and I have not been looking at the box. So I guess you could say I wanted a bit of a challenge this time, so I gave myself one. And I've only been putting in pieces, so which is why I started from the sides, because I've only kind of been putting in pieces where I knew they would have something to connect to, which is both. I won't say easy, but I mean, it's a puzzle filled with stamps. And I collected stamps when I was a kid, so I know a lot of these stamps because I have them. Although where exactly that collection of mine currently is, I don't fully know. But I know it's somewhere in my house. Or at least I assume, because it would be really weird if it was anywhere else, because I have not gotten rid of it. But I have gotten everything from my parents to my house. So my puzzle collection is somewhere in this house. And I mean, I collected stamps when I was a kid. So I don't have, well, I have them, but I haven't actively been doing anything about them since I was a kid. So, that's starting to be a while ago now. Is it weird to only see half my head? Then again, I usually look down when I do a puzzle, so you can't. I generally don't look at you when I'm talking to you anyway, so maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know. It shouldn't matter, because the puzzle and what I'm saying is kind of not the important thing. That sounds a little, I don't know, not exactly what I think, but I don't know. Yeah, the puzzle and what I'm saying is the bigger thing and not necessarily me. If you get what I mean? Yet again, I am confusing myself. and struggling a little with how I'm sitting because I still don't have a big dining room table, which I used to have. I sold the one I used to have where I used to live because, moving and storage and a lot of things. And if you don't know, you can go back and look at my previous videos. They're gonna be all over the place, just like this one, because that is how I make videos. just so you're warned, I guess you could say. But yeah, gosh, where did we leave off last time? I was away from YouTube for a bit, so sorry about that. I'm trying to catch myself back up. It is surprisingly hard because I keep getting distracted from myself. And also I have other things that needs to get done. So, figuring out what to do with my life and getting a job. Except before I get a job, I need to figure out what to do in my life. But last time we were talking about that I sat on my third market, that I had to pay for it, that I didn't really make all that money from that market, which is sad, but also, you win some, you lose some, and at least I didn't lose money, although I didn't really gain much money. I didn't lose money. And, no, that was the main goal? That's not true. The main goal was to earn money. Didn't quite do that, but told you hopefully all about it last week, I think. I'm pretty sure I did, but I'm never really sure about what I'm saying sometimes. So I don't know how other people are about this, but I'm not very good at remembering everything I say. So, and I don't think I've ever been. I sometimes try to pay attention to what I'm saying, but sometimes so much is coming out of my mouth, so I don't understand how I would be able to remember everything because so much is coming out. After and judging by the ones and all the filler words, it's been a while. Yeah, sure, only a week now, but before that it was a while. After the market, it was Easter. It is clearly not Easter anymore. That's like a month ago or whatever. So yeah, I spent some days at my parents' house in Easter. It was, I love that because my mom makes such good dinners, and it's nice to see them and chit chat with them. I have made the move of, living 2.5-hour drive away from my parents, and where I come from, that is a long drive. Where I've moved to, so where I live now, 2.5-hour drive ain't that long. So, it's all about perspective. I get that. I just haven't quite gotten used to the new perspective yet. So that's, I don't know. Will I ever? I don't know. I mean, I could always hope. I could always hope. So I guess that's where I'm with that. I'm hoping that at some point I will get used to the drive. And then again, my car is the brakes are a little not good on my car. Also known as my brakes are not 100% fully functional as they're supposed to be. So I don't really like driving my car all that much these days, which makes it even harder for me to come see my parents. But I did over Easter, and that was really, really nice. And now not now, but gosh, what was it? Not last weekend. Oh my God, 2.5 weeks ago. What? 1.5 weeks ago? I don't know. A week and a half ago, probably. Man, my brain is messed today. Right. About a week and a half ago, my parents came to visit and do something they had never done before, which was, hold on, there we go, which was to spend the night at my house. And I have never had my parents, because I've always lived close enough to my parents that they never needed to stay the night. So that was definitely a first. My parents stayed the night at my house. Not just one night, but 2 nights, which was, it was really nice. Don't get me wrong, but it was very unusual, and I am used to living alone. From living with my parents for, what was it? God, 10 months. I had a very, very easy time getting used to living alone again. Let's just put it like that. So when they came to stay 2 nights, I was definitely freaking out a little because, as I just said, I'm not used to it. But we know each other. We lived together before. We lived together in their house. And this was a new experience for all of us, them staying over at my house. It was really nice, but also very unusual for all of us. I think I was the one thinking way much more about it than I should, but that's who I am. I think more than I probably should, which sounds bad when I put it like that. Oh my God. Yeah. But my parents were here. They helped me out with a lot of things. Amongst other things, I have a barn, and it's not great. I have my barn. I have a words. Wow, a wall. It's a very hard word. I have a wall, and then I had a window over on the barn, and then the wall was like not straight under, it was like tilting out, so literally the wall was trying to get away from the rest of the barn, and that is not good. A wall should be straight, not like trying to run away from the rest of the wall. So I had noticed that a couple of days before my parents were coming to visit. So when they came, I talked to my dad, because that's what I always do. That's why it's so hard for me that I live so far away from them. And yes, I know I chose it myself, but it was what I could afford. Turns out I'm not sure if I really can afford it, because there's so much to fix. But as I said, luckily, my dad knows how to fix so many things. I am very, very lucky when it comes to that. I'm very grateful. And yeah, so my dad, one of the things he did when they were here was literally pull the wall back in and get it stuck. So that wall ain't going anywhere anymore, which I'm very grateful for. But that was something. Let me tell you. It was definitely something, and I wish I had noticed it. Then again, I might have bought this place anyway, because I really like it here. But there are so many things, little things like that, everywhere. And it's occasionally very nerve-wracking when you find things that is not quite how they should be, and like, oh dear, this is even worse than what you thought. For instance, up to the 2nd floor of my barn, there is Låvebru, a barn bridge. I sincerely doubt that when you have like, you don't just have stairs, but like you have more like a road that is not a road, because you put on rocks on one side and then you kind of make something that leads from this place up to the second floor of the barn. And it's supposed to be really sturdy. Yeah, supposed to be is the key word here. Because the one thing that was supposed to hold it up, or technically you have one on either side, and one of them wasn't really holding anything. Dad could just put his hand under. He's like, this is not stuck to anything in the bottom. That is bad. And I was like, oh my God. Luckily, as I said, my dad fixes just about anything. Very, very luckily for me. And my dad, after he had fixed it, so it's now okay. The thingy won't fall on my head, because honestly, if it did, I'd be dead because of how it's made. But my dad said that it was good to have it fixed, and we should probably all be glad that I had not noticed that and realized that before they came and Dad could see it and fix it. Because if I had noticed that, and that would not have been good. Let's just put it like that. That would not have been good. In fact, that would have been exceptionally bad. But as I said, my dad knows how to fix things, so he fixed it. So it's good. I don't need to freak out. I didn't even know that I needed to freak out about it, so I didn't have time to freak out about it until Dad fixed it, which, luckily for me, my parents were here, so Dad could fix it. Then again, if they hadn't been here visiting, I wouldn't have known, because I didn't know about that, because there is so much I do not know. And every once in a while, I am happy that I don't know things. Most of the time I would like to know, because I want to learn, and I want to be able to figure things out, and I want to be able to fix things. But every now and then I'm very happy that I don't notice everything, because oh my Lord, that would not have been good. I mean, I tend to freak out about a lot of things, and that would have been bad, really bad. But Dad fixed it, so I did not have to worry about it. Very luckily on my part. Kind of luckily on their part too, because my mom is also someone who worries a little bit sometimes. Probably nowhere close to how much I would tend to worry, but you know, we all have our things. We definitely all have our things. Where do you go? Oh, there we go. So yeah, that was a very exhausting weekend. It was great. It was super, but it was exhausting. Let's be honest. I mean, yeah, that is, I'm very grateful that they come visit and help and do all the things. And I'm also happy that it doesn't happen all the time, because I wouldn't have been able to do anything, because I would have been exhausted all the time, because that is... My parents have a lot of energy, and they know how to use it. And then you'd think that I'm younger than my parents, kind of duh, obviously. But they definitely have more energy than I have. And it's embarrassing on my part, I will admit. I will freely admit that is embarrassing on my part. But when they get going, oh my Lord, they are an unstoppable force of getting stuff done. It's truly fascinating to see when they get going. I don't know how to explain it, but it's great. I love it. And I'm also always exhausted after they've been here. Because they have all this energy, and they are so good at getting stuff done. And I am so grateful for that. But yeah, I love them for that. Absolutely. So that was like, what did I say, a week and a half ago? And what happened after? Well, I was exhausted a bit. I mean, I needed to relax after having hurricane parents come visit and fix stuff. But it was good. God, I make it sound like it's not good or not. I mean, it is great that they come and do all these things. So yeah, but also exhausting for. Well, I'm sure it's exhausting for them too. But we count. How do I put this? We have different energy levels. You'd think that since I'm quite a bit younger than them, obviously, that I would have more energy, but no, I do not. Wish I could figure that one out. I would love some more energy, but apparently you don't always get what you wish for. So that's unfortunate. But man, I really appreciate them coming and doing stuff. And it's so nice. And we chit chat and just eat dinner together. And for someone who lives alone and is generally eat pretty much everything, every meal alone, it is nice to occasionally have someone to eat food with, not just, sit and eat alone all the time. Do I miss it most of the time? No. I like being alone. I am definitely an introvert. But yeah, occasionally it's nice to see people. So, oh gosh, I will finish the puzzle if I can figure out where all the pieces goes. But yeah, that's most of what I've been doing. That's not really true. I've done more, but how far are we? Oh dear, I've been talking a lot again, as usual. I did something more just a couple of days ago. No, wait. Today I did something, in my opinion, really cool yesterday. I don't know if other people would call it really cool, but I don't really care. To me, it was really cool. And I did it. And I will tell you about it in the next video because, as you can see, the puzzle is officially done. I finished the puzzle! Yay! I really want to do the 5,000 piece puzzle I borrowed from my sister. And it will fit here. But I don't think I can sit on my legs as I currently do for 5,000 pieces. So I need to get a dining room table. But those are expensive. And I also need to have it kind of, I have to order it so they can deliver it because there's no way stuff like that will fit in my car. And also, until my car's brakes get fixed, I'm not gonna drive a lot because that's uncomfortable. I mean, if the signal light for like turning left or right was broken on my car, I would hate that because I prefer to show people when I'm like taking a turn. And also you're supposed to. And like there is stuff, like if a light bulb was broken, I could fix it. I could switch it out. But the brakes, I can't drive with not fully functional brakes. That's dangerous. But yeah, so because I went to a place where they fixed the cars and I thought I knew what was wrong because I'd been to another place before and have then told me what was wrong, or so we all thought. So that's also a story I will tell you. But I can't sit on my legs anymore and the puzzle is done. And it's a puzzle of stamps for Norway. Hold on, I'll show you the box. I can't take it super close to the camera because you're all on the other side. Can you see? It's from Vennerød Forlag. I'm gonna go with, I think it's a Norwegian company based on the name. Oh, we some more information in the back here. Norwegian quality. Oh, the one all the way on this side. Bearing Glacier. My parents have that one, and I actually have a video of me doing it. I don't have the other ones, but here is a little bit more information about the puzzle, and I'm finished. So I will put it in a plastic bag, because I don't just put like the pieces in the box, because what if it falls open somehow? That is not very likely, but I still like to put it in a plastic bag, tie it up, and then put it in the box. Then I know for sure no pieces will go missing. And I can no longer sit on my legs. They're trying to commit mutiny, so I'm not gonna let them. Oh dear, one have officially fallen asleep. Oh dear. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. And now I have to turn you off because it's so far away. Hold on. And